You're not unhappy. You're not in crisis. You're not about to leave. But something is wrong. Something you can't quite name. You love your partner. You love your life, the house, the kids, the routine. But there's a quiet, persistent ache beneath it all. A sense that something is missing. A feeling that you've become roommates instead of lovers. That the passion has curdled into comfort. That you're going through the motions of a life that no longer feels like yours. And you feel guilty for even thinking it. Because nothing is wrong. So why does it feel like everything is? That's the midlife relationship crisis. And it's not about them. It's about you. Let me explain. If you've ever looked at your partner across the dinner table and felt a strange distance, like you're living parallel lives that never quite touch, this video is for you. Most people will tell you, relationships go through phases. It's just a rut. You need to rekindle the spark. And they're not wrong, but they're skipping the part that actually matters. Because the midlife relationship crisis isn't really about your relationship. It's about you. It's about the person you've become, the parts of yourself you've buried, the dreams you've abandoned, the person you were supposed to be, and the person you're still afraid to become. By the end of this video, you'll understand why everything feels wrong when nothing is broken, and most importantly, what to do about it without blowing up your life. Everywhere you look, the advice is the same. Relationships take work. You need to date your partner again. Spice things up. Communicate more. Don't take each other for granted. And on the surface, all of that sounds right. It sounds like what a good partner would do. It sounds like what a therapist would say. But here's the problem. That advice assumes the problem is in the relationship. It assumes you just need to try harder, be more present, make more effort. It assumes if you just rekindle the spark, everything will go back to the way it was. And that's where the advice falls apart. Because the midlife relationship crisis isn't caused by the relationship. It's caused by you. Specifically, by the gap between who you've become and who you thought you'd be. By the dreams you've buried. By the parts of yourself you've abandoned along the way. Here's the first reverse insight most people won't tell you. Your relationship isn't the problem. Your relationship is the mirror. It's reflecting back the parts of yourself you've stopped looking at. The boredom you feel isn't with them. It's with yourself. The distance you feel isn't between you. It's between who you are and who you're afraid you'll never become. And here's the second, softer reversal that might be harder to hear. You're not bored of them. You're bored of yourself. You're not feeling disconnected from them. You're feeling disconnected from you. The crisis in your relationship is a crisis of identity, a crisis of meaning, a crisis of self. And until you face it, no amount of date nights or communication will fix it. The midlife relationship crisis is the shadow knocking at the door of your marriage, asking to be seen. Let me describe something in detail. See if this feels familiar. You've been together for years, 10, 15, 20. You built a life together. You have routines. You have rituals. You know each other's coffee order, each other's moods, each other's silent signals. You can finish each other's sentences. You've weathered storms together. You're proud of what you built. And yet, somewhere along the way, something shifted. The conversations that used to go deep are now about logistics. Who's picking up the kids? What's for dinner? When the mortgage is due? The passion that used to feel electric now feels comfortable. The mystery has become predictability. The spark has become a steady, reliable flame. But you miss the heat. You look at them and feel love, genuine, deep, real love. But you also feel a strange sadness, a sense that something is missing, a feeling that you become two people sharing a life, but not really sharing a soul. And you wonder, is this it? Is this what the rest of my life looks like? This is the pattern of the midlife relationship crisis. And it's not just about romantic relationships. It shows up in friendships, in career satisfaction, in how you feel about yourself. It's a reckoning with the gap between who you are and who you thought you'd become. Psychologists define midlife crisis as a period of identity transition, a time when the structures that once gave life meaning no longer feel adequate. It's not about buying a sports car or leaving your spouse. It's about confronting the question, what am I doing with my life? And the answer for many people is, I don't know anymore. Here's what most people don't realize. The crisis isn't about your relationship. The relationship is just where you feel it most intensely. Because your partner is the witness to your life. They're the one who's seen you change. They're the one who's still there. And sometimes that presence feels like a mirror you can't escape. Keep watching, because the next part will show you what's really happening and what to do about it. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. This is the part that might make you want to close the video. Most people assume the midlife relationship crisis is about the relationship. They think we've grown apart. We've lost the spark. We're just different people now. And yes, that's often true. You have grown. You have changed. You are different people. But here's the question most people don't ask. What if the person you're growing away from isn't them? It's you. What if the distance you feel isn't between you and your partner? It's between you and the person you used to be. What if the boredom you feel isn't with your relationship? It's with the version of yourself that's settled for comfort over meaning. What if the crisis isn't about your marriage? It's about your life. I want you to sit with a question, not the easy version. The version that actually matters. What part of yourself did you bury to make this relationship work? Be honest. Did you bury your ambition because it felt selfish? Did you bury your creativity because it felt impractical? Did you bury your desire for adventure because it felt irresponsible? Did you bury your anger, your need, your truth because you didn't want to rock the boat? Did you become the person your partner needed you to be and lose yourself in the process? Here's the sharp reverse insight. The midlife relationship crisis isn't about them. It's about you. It's about the parts of yourself you've abandoned. It's about the dreams you've postponed. It's about the person you were supposed to become and the person you've become instead. Your relationship isn't the source of the problem. It's the place where the problem shows up most clearly. Carl Jung said something that applies directly to this. The first half of life is devoted to forming a healthy ego. The second half is about letting it go. The midlife crisis is the death of the person you thought you'd be, and the birth of the person you actually are. The relationship crisis, the boredom, the distance, the quiet ache, is the funeral of the version of you that no longer exists. And the person you're becoming is waiting on the other side. Your relationship doesn't need to be fixed. It needs to be transformed. And the transformation starts with you. Not with date nights. Not with communication. Not with trying harder. With asking the question, who am I becoming? And who do I need to become to feel alive? So here's the reversal. And I want you to really hear this. The midlife relationship crisis was never about your partner. It was never about falling out of love. It was about falling out of touch with yourself. It was about the slow, quiet erosion of who you are, the parts of you you've buried, the dreams you've abandoned, the person you were afraid to become, and the distance you felt wasn't between you and them. It was between you and yourself. But here's what you didn't know. The crisis is the invitation. The ache is the call. The boredom is the signal that something in you needs to change. And the change isn't about leaving. It's about arriving. Arriving at the version of yourself you've been avoiding. Arriving at the truth you've been hiding from. Arriving at the life you've been too afraid to want. Here's the core reframe. Your relationship doesn't need to be fixed. It needs to be held differently. It needs to be seen for what it is, a container for your becoming, a witness to your transformation, a mirror showing you the parts of yourself you're ready to reclaim. Jung wrote, "The greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of the parents." The midlife crisis is the moment you realize you've been living someone else's life, and you have the courage to start living your own. Not by leaving, by arriving, by bringing all of yourself home. You stop asking, is this the right relationship? And start asking, am I living my life honestly? You stop needing them to fill the emptiness and start filling it yourself. You stop expecting the relationship to give you meaning and start bringing meaning to it. You stop trying to fix the marriage and start being the person you were always meant to be in the marriage. That's the exit door. That's the beginning of everything different. Not when you find someone new, but when you finally find yourself. Before I let you go, I want you to do something. Not for me, for yourself. Think about the part of yourself you've buried to make this relationship work. The ambition you shelved. The creativity you suppressed. The freedom you traded for stability. The truth you swallowed to keep the peace. Now ask yourself, if I let that part of myself live again, what would happen? What would change? Who would I become? Drop one word in the comments. Just one word. The part of yourself you've buried. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to tell the story. Just one word. And if you're willing to go deeper, ask yourself this. What would it mean to bring that part of yourself home to your relationship? If everything feels wrong in your relationship, even though nothing is broken, and nobody's been giving you the honest, uncomfortable truth about why, that's exactly what this channel is for. I don't give you permission to settle. I show you what the settling is costing you. Because the only way to save your relationship is to stop abandoning yourself. If you want to keep doing the work that actually matters, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.